Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm here this week with our guidance reading. I've got my healing with the angels cards this week. I'm not too sure about the collective as a whole, but me personally, I've had a fantastic week and I've just come up this upheaval today where I just really don't know what to do. So I've used a lot of my tools, and obviously my cards being one of them, but obviously I feel like the sense of healing is coming across the board, so I've used these cards for that reason. As always, I've called in spirit. I've asked what is up for the collective's highest good right now, what is the advice that we need from spirit, our guidance, and potential blocks that are coming up. So I'm feeling pull 4 cards today. 4 being the number of stability, 4 being the fact that our angels and our guides are with us. 4 is a very, the structure of a 4 is very much, stability. You've also got the elements, 4 elements: earth, fire, air, water, which is that wholeness, completeness, if you will. So I'm going to pull 4 cards. As I've said, I've asked if we can provide information on the energy at play, what's in store for our highest good right now, what we need to focus on, potential blocks for the week, and obviously spirit's advice. So let's see what we've got. So as always, guys, if anything doesn't resonate with you, please just take it with a grain of salt. Stop watching, do what you need to do. Don't take everything personally that comes up. This may be relevant to you, it may not. Obviously, I'm just a messenger. I just bring in what I feel guided to do, and hopefully it just gets to where it's needed most for those who need it most. If that's not you, that's cool. No hard feelings. Thank you for taking the time. But basically, like I said, I've pulled my 4 cards. What I'm going to start with is the energy at play, the potential blocks, and then just going with like spirit's advice for how we can overcome that, and obviously the possible outcome. So kicking off, we have I do really love sometimes that I can laugh about this and it's only whenever I'm connected and channeling that I find it amusing. If this was just me pulling my own cards this morning, I probably would have thrown the cards at the wall because my ego would be too involved. The energy at play this week: surrender and release. Surrender and release. Now, this is a very feminine energy, I feel, because it's very much about flow. It's very much about allowing, nurturing, and just, creativity, anything that can help you just to let go. So it's very much a week of surrendering. Stop trying to control everything. I really feel like there's a big hug coming in from spirit here. I feel like a lot of people are in a bit of a fearful place. As I said, it's a very feminine energy, and I feel like especially with the feminines at the moment, it's very much not having control sensation. And I know, God, I can speak from personal experience here, that causes me a lot of anxiety, but it is something that comes up time and time again for me, and it's something that I know I really need to work on, and I do my best at being better at surrendering, and I have gotten a lot better, and it may be the same for you. Just because I said feminine, it doesn't mean that males aren't included in this. Like, everyone is feeling it. As I said, this is a reading for the collective. So surrender and release. That's going to mean a lot of different things to you. If you caught my reading at the end of last week, I feel like Spirit has very much been trying to also encourage everyone to start using their own intuition more, their own instinct in what feels right, what feels wrong. The concept with surrender and release too is I feel like they're showing the word love is coming through. It has to be done from a place of love. It's not a matter of walking around and stomping your feet and being like, fuck this and fuck that. It's I care about this person or this situation. I've given it my all, but I just don't have that control anymore. I literally have to give it up to the universe. My decision is made. I've done what I can. And then choosing to get on with whatever else is going on in your life right now, creative projects, hobbies, your job, your relationships, you know, the things that have maybe lacked your attention and your energy a little bit lately. But yeah, it's just, like I said, there's very much a supportive energy coming in from spirit. It's very nurturing, and again, with that feminine energy, it's nurturing, it's comforting, it's you know, it's scary, because I know, like, I definitely feel too, like, as a whole, people are very fearful about making these decisions, because potentially it could be the loss of a loving relationship, it could be the loss of a career you've invested years in, it could be the loss of finances, because you'd rather hang on to all your hard work than just kind of let go and see what's next available for you. Again, as always, it's going to be different for each of us. This is going to resonate differently, but it is time to just let go. Make the decision that you deserve better than being in this place of anxiety. Do I? Don't I? What's going to happen if I do this? What's going to happen if I do that? Decide. Decide, decide, decide. Sorry. Just got to get that. It was quite a release of negativity there. So as you can see, like, when we sit in this place, we do harbor a lot of that negative energy, because we are so fearful of doing the wrong thing or making the wrong decision that we don't just let it go and allow for what is going to be right for us. So that's the energy at play. As I said, spirit is very comforting here. It's very much a time to call on your guides, to call on the angels. Archangel Raphael, I know I called in specifically for this reading as well. He's the angel of healing, you know, visualizing the green light. That's the heart chakra. It's very much about releasing the need to be in control and just opening up to love and trusting that what's right for you, what's needed is coming. And it may have that little bit of a time delay by letting go of what was in order to allow what is, but that's where the surrender is all about. Trust, not hope. I feel like a lot of people go, oh, you know, I'm hopeful, and as a suggestion, I guess you will, hope is I wouldn't say it's negative, but it's very much, it comes from a bit of a place of desperation, whereas trust is the pure belief. It's that vibration that you know you are going to receive what you need. You trust completely, no matter how difficult it seems, you trust. See, when you're hopeful, it almost is that desperation. The vibration is of a lower level. You're putting out there that you're afraid you're not going to get it so much that, of course, then it's not going to come. So it's very much taking on board what it is you need to let go of and not be fearful of the outcome. As I think I've said every week so far, is what's coming is better than what's gone. And that is a message they flog to me all the time, personally and through these collective readings. So trust and let go. You deserve that peace of mind to let go of what you can't control, rather than staying stuck in that pain of not receiving what you're asking for. So give yourself a big hug, forgive yourself for trying so hard, love yourself regardless of what's going on, and just know that your decision is going to be supported no matter which way it goes. All right, so the potential block, don't know why that jumped away, is the signs. So now that might not seem like a block energy to anyone, but what this card is saying to me, and again, this is from a very personal experience, signs and synchronicities from the universe can happen, like, some days they're incredible. I know yesterday for me was like synchronicity at its finest, and I honestly could not get enough. I was on top of the world. I felt like my heart was just vibrating love, and I just knew and trusted that, like, things are good, things are great. And this morning, it was like a complete 360, which is okay, like, it happens, but the card itself is more so signifying that although you'll be getting signs, although you're getting synchronicities when you're aligned and you're on that pathway, you can't read into it too much. You know, you might be on that pathway perfectly, and so you're getting those signs and synchronicities. The next day you might have just wobbled off a bit because, you know, you got a bit complacent or something happened, and so you're not seeing the signs, you're not, you know, seeing the synchronicities, and it's frustrating because you think, okay, well, what's going on? You know, yesterday was great, today's not so great. So it's very much about having patience and faith that when you're aligned, the signs and synchronicities will unfold for you. When you veered off the path, you're probably not going to be as positive, I guess you can say. But this is when you have to discern exactly where you are, what you're doing, and how you can come forward from it. Surrender and release. The other thing that's coming through for this is the fact that, oh, I shouldn't say fact, that's a bit more of a personalized opinion, but Spirit's also asking us to stop. Again, it's that decision. I feel like we're all very much in a weighted place of which way do I go? And instead of trusting our intuition and trusting our instincts, watching for the synchronicities, we're sitting back and we're asking for a sign. We're asking for signs, for symbols, for signals, for synchronicities to show us what to do. And I took this also, I was following another video this morning, and you know, this was something that resonated with me quite a lot, and it was a similar thing that's coming through now, which always shows me that I'm, you know, channeling correctly as well. But it's very much that when you're asking for a sign of what to do, you're virtually aligning with the universe to give them the permission to ask for a sign what to do. So when you're saying with confidence, I'm going for this job, I'm going for this career, I'm going for this new business, I'm going to work at this relationship, you've made that choice. And the universe will start to line up and do things, open doors, and bring you the things and the people you need, and it makes it almost easy. If it's wrong, you will come up against challenges and you'll revise. That's how it works. But when you're sitting back being like, oh, I don't know what to do. Should I leave my partner? Should I fight? Like, should I quit my job? Should I take a chance on this new business? Again, whatever it is for you, when you sit back and be like, what should I do? Show me a sign. The universe is like, well, show me a sign. I can't provide you with what you need if you're sitting in indecision, because that vibration is then just sending up. So the universe is sitting in indecision. They're waiting for you. I literally can see them like just sitting back. They're waiting for you to decide and surrender. And I'm not coming here from a preachy point of view. This is probably one of my most challenging things personally. As a reader, it's easy for me to channel this in from spirit, yeah, but it's whether or not you take the advice, it's completely your responsibility. And I sit with that and I give myself a hard time about it, and then I forgive myself and think, you know you can do this. You know you can do this. You just can't see the outcome until you make a decision. So it's trusting what feels good. Ask yourself what feels good. If it makes you feel joyous and bubbly inside, it's the right decision. You know, if you think about walking out of your job that's causing you stress and anxiety and fatigue, if you say to yourself, how would I feel if I left my job tomorrow? Completely from an intuitive instinct, not from a material mind of money and what, you know, what comes next. Like, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel a bit, oh, no, that doesn't feel right? Or does it make you be like, fuck yeah, let's go? If it's that, that's your decision. It's very much I almost feel like they're just throwing their hands up and being like, it's not difficult, but you have to decide. And that's your block. Stop asking for a sign, decide. Surrender, let it go. Again, goodly. All right, so moving forward from that, so we've had the surrender and release, stop asking for signs, make a decision. We've now got the guidance, the possible outcomes. All right, sorry guys, short delay there. Where was I? Cool, so Spirit's advice, possible outcomes. spirits. Advice, ideas, and inspiration. So basically what I'm getting through this card is creative energy. I feel like the solution, the advice for this is to get inspired. Start to dive into the things that make you feel good. Whether that's art, whether it's a passion project, whether it's changing up your health habits, like signing up to a gym, starting a workout class. If you've got ideas for a new business venture, like it might be time to start going with that. If you enjoy writing, journaling, blogging, like the world is literally limitless when it comes to ideas and inspirations. And as much as we all like the idea of having a signature thing, sometimes reinventing the wheel is not worth the struggle. Take an idea on what people have done. Improve on it if you think you can. Spirit's advice is do something. Do something that sparks your soul. I actually feel like I almost want to tear up a bit. I just feel like what the energy coming through here is that there's so much of us that is constantly suppressed because we feel like we have to be these people and we have to give to these relationships and these jobs and these things that just do not fulfill us at all. And there's so much swirling inside of us that is just dying to come out. Is bursting at the seams. And that's what all this anxiety, this surrender is all about. It's allowing to just flow through creativity. I know personally I've had dreams where I've drawn love hearts and spirals. So I just got up and drew love hearts and spirals on a big sheet of paper with colored pen. And it doesn't always have to make sense, but just go with it. Write things down. That's spirit's advice though. Just, start using that creative mind. Stop procrastinating through tasks that aren't relevant, that through social media, I almost feel like there's like a big high five when I say those words, like spirit's like, yes. Stop scrolling your news feed. Like it's very much a time to just get inspired. Think about when you were a child, we didn't have technology, we didn't have things at our fingertips to entertain us. Like, what did you do? I know, like, when it would rain, we'd get grass shards and float them down the gutter. You'd colour in, you'd draw, you'd play board games, you'd read a book, you'd watch a movie. Like, you had to think of ways to be creative. And creativity isn't necessarily just drawing a picture, because not all of us can draw, not all of us can paint, not all of us can play music. That's fine. Find your inner creativity. It's very much I feel like there's this display of push. Like, spirit is pushing us. They are saying, guys, we can see so much potential in you. Please use it. That's spirit's advice. Get creative. Now, the future possible outcome for this one is harmony. And I feel like that's a beautiful way to finish this reading. We want harmony. We want peace. We want joy. We want to wake up in the morning and be in that state of bliss and just know that we can tackle what the day throws at us. We know that regardless of what happens, it's going to be a good day. We're going to seize the opportunities and we're just going to feel peace within. And that's what we can have if we choose. And that's all this is as a future advice, is just as a future outcome, sorry. We're getting into that state of harmony because we're deciding that we no longer want to tolerate the bullshit that doesn't work for us. We want to just let go of what's causing us pain and anxiety because we know it's not doing us any favors. We know that we need to make decisions. We know we just need to go for it and know that it's going to be in our best interest when we trust our intuition. We need to get creative, get that spark flowing, that energy flowing to create that harmony. I really hope you enjoyed that. I've actually loved that reading today. It just feels really nice, and I really hope that if you've joined me and you've watched it, that it's provided you with that little bit of insight as to where you need to go this week, what you need to do and focus on. And as always, I thank you so much for joining me for these readings, and I just really hope that they resonate for you in some way. And if not, no hard feelings. Thanks for tuning in. Sending lots of love to you all right now, and myself included. But be kind to yourself. We're continuing to learn. That's what we're here for. We're learning to step into love, ascend into love. It's literally what we came here to do. So I hope that helps. I'm going to go, and I'll be in touch through the week with a little bit of spirit advice. Okay, thank you guys. Talk to you soon.